No, it's not. You don't need to say that. It's not a spike bridge, it's a dragon egg. It's really important. I am Emilia Clarke, and I play Daenerys Stormborn Targaryen, a.k.a. Khaleesi. I mean, I could do the whole title, but I'm not gonna. Daenerys she's with her brother, Viserys. Their title was taken from them, they were usurped. And so the people who took their family throne, the Iron Throne, are now looking for any remaining members of that family to try and kill off any chance that someone could come back, spoiler, and try and get the throne. That person being me. My brother's plan to take back the Iron Throne was to try and marry me off to a warlord who has an army. My brother thinks, as is kind of unwritten in law, you marry off to appropriate people who have money, armies, land, whatever. Once it's in the family, it's yours.
I know how to play a man like Drogo. I give him a queen, and he gives me an army.
But Khal Drogo, he doesn't understand. He's not that kind of guy. At my wedding, I meet Ser Jorah. Are you from my country?
I served your father for many years. Gods be good, I hope to always serve the rightful king.
And the dragon eggs, they're given as a ritualistic gift. Her wedding night is a make or break of her as a human being. That relationship is the key to Daenerys as a character, really. Because without Khal Drogo, you wouldn't have the Daenerys that you see now. She gives the funeral for her husband, and for whatever reason, she wants to be with him. And the worst thing that can happen is that she dies with her husband. So what's there to lose? She's walked into the flames and survived. She's given birth, technically, to 3 dragons. She's at home. It's all good. I've got one person I've got to get rid of. Cersei Lannister, the end. Jon, who now? I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I am not.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help, and you need mine.
He needs her, the dragon glass that is underneath the family seat, because of some silly idea that there's an army of the dead coming.
They fought together against their common enemy. We need to do the same if we're gonna survive.
I will fight for the North. When you bend the knee. Daenerys was this entire time thinking that all she had to worry about was Cersei Lannister. Now, through Jon Snow, she learns that she has to worry about the undead. And they concoct a plan. What they're going to do is they're going to go and capture one and bring it to King's Landing, show it to Cersei and to everyone who is waging this war, to say we need to bandy together and we need to fight this. We need to fight this together because it doesn't matter who's going to be sitting on the Iron Throne. There won't be one if we don't nuke these guys. So she sends her boys on this mission and they don't make a success of it.
Run back to Eastwood, get a raven to Daenerys, tell her what's happened.
She hears about this. And so I do as I do. I get on my dragon, much to Tyrion's dislike, and I go and save the day. In doing it, my dragon's killed. Not only is this a source of her power, not only is this a source of her identity, this is her child. And losing that is akin to losing everything.
We are a group of people who do not like one another.
The first time in 7 years you've seen all of these characters together.
We have something to show you.
We all agree that this is where the battle is. This is what we need to fight.
The darkness is coming for us all. We'll face it together. And when the Great War is over, perhaps you'll remember I chose to help.
Throughout this season, there's been an undercurrent of romance blossoming. Dany and Jon take it to the next level. In one night, on one boat, heading for Winterfell, heading for season 8.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. I got a lot of requests to do the Daenerys Game of Thrones Season 8 promo. She spends a lot of time talking about Jon Snow, which is why I clipped this down to mostly the Season 7, Season 8 stuff she talks about. There are a couple really important things about her origin story that she talks about, so I tried to add those too. So we'll put it all into context, because there's a lot that she and Jon Snow share in common that we haven't really talked about, I don't think, in any of the videos that I've done before. But it's the holidays, there's a new round of that Song of Ice and Fire book giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. There are a couple of funny things in this too, like Emilia Clarke just being funny while talking about Daenerys Targaryen in a really important way. Like obviously all the Game of Thrones stuff is very serious, but she does manage to work a couple of jokes in there. She stops just short of calling it the sex boat. That would have actually been great, but that was more of a fan thing that we were calling it before the actual finale, so that was just one of the best memes to come out of Season 7. One of the more important things that she talks about when she's talking about Daenerys' origins as a character that also makes her very similar to Jon Snow in certain respects, not just the fact that they're related by blood. We'll be spending a lot of time talking about that during the Season 8 episodes when all the other characters start to find out about that too, because clearly it's going to be a big point of drama between the characters for at least a couple episodes. But when she talks about how she's getting ready to burn Khal Drogo and her baby Rhaego in that funeral pyre, she walks into the fire too, trying to kill herself so that she can die with them. It didn't work, she wound up hatching her dragons because of all the blood magic in play, and she became known as Daenerys Unburnt henceforth. But they both sacrificed their lives, even though Jon Snow technically did not go willingly that first time. It was the traitorous brothers of the Night's Watch, F. Ollie. They sort of call back to it again when she's questioning him in this funny moment about something that she heard about him taking knives to the heart for the cause. It seems like just for a minute, like he might actually reveal the truth of dying and coming back to life before they're interrupted by Ser Jorah. But even if she doesn't totally understand what happened to him, or even how she actually hatched her dragon eggs, she saw most of his scars during episode 6. So I think she implicitly absorbs some of the things that he's endured, so she kind of gets it. And any scars that she didn't see during episode 6, she definitely saw during episode 7 on the sex boat. But if you didn't pick up on it, there was a little bit of foreshadowing for Season 8 when she's talking about some of the most important aspects of Daenerys' character. She has a couple superpowers, her dragons, and she is Daenerys Unburnt, even though technically it doesn't work that way in the books. What the TV show has done is it's turned that into a regular thing for her, and she cannot be burnt by fire by any means, although we haven't tested that with wildfire yet. The difference in the books is that she was unburnt when she was hatching her dragons because special blood magic was invoked by Mirri Maz Duur. She can't do it on command anytime she wants. But her other superpower, and this is a major moment of foreshadowing for Season 8, is that she loses everything at every turn and somehow is able to carry on and move forward. That's her big thing. She loses everything but finds some way to move forward. So, at the beginning of the story, she loses her home when she's forced to marry Khal Drogo. Then she loses her only family that she knows of at the time because she doesn't know about Jon Snow being related to her. When Khal Drogo anoints Viserys with his golden crown, she loses her child Rhaego, then Khal Drogo. She loses her dragons in Qarth. She almost loses Drogon again in Astapor when one of the dragons is the only payment Kraznys will accept for the legions of Unsullied warriors she needs to buy. She loses Ser Jorah when she learns about his treachery. Then she loses Barristan Selmy to the Sons of the Harpy. She loses Drogon again when she escapes the Sons of the Harpy, flying out of Daznak's pit, and is captured by Khal Jacko and the other Khals, and Drogon is just so laid out that he has to stay there. She winds up losing Daario and Meereen when she finally has to sail back to Westeros for the Iron Throne. Then obviously during Season 7, she loses her dragon Viserion and almost loses Jon Snow. So one of the few things that you can set your watch on every single season and in every book from A Song of Ice and Fire is that Daenerys loses something major that she holds dear at every turn. So big question is, what is she going to lose during Season 8 that she holds dear? Remember, she's closer than ever to Jon Snow at the beginning of Season 8. There were several clues and scenes during Season 7 that implied she will become or is already pregnant with Jon Snow's baby at the beginning of Season 8. She still has 2 of her dragons. She has Tyrion and Ser Jorah, who are probably the 2 people she's closest to. I would say she's closer to Ser Jorah than she is to Tyrion. They have a bit of a weird relationship during Season 7. But all those people, all those things, she could potentially lose at some point during Season 8. Let me know what you think it's actually going to be. Because, I mean, it's just implied that so many people are going to die during Season 8. The whole idea being she loses something big every single season. It'll probably wind up being some or most of the people she's closest to, including her dragons, Drogon and Rhaegal. We're probably going to get that next big trailer sometime towards the end of January. They usually work in footage from later in the seasons too, so it'll be a little easier to theory craft once we start seeing those, but post all your early theories in the comments below. There's a whole bunch more Game of Thrones Season 8 promos that they released. I'll try to do videos for everything in the next couple of weeks, but leave your requests in the comments below. I'm also going to be traveling this weekend, so I'll try to keep my video schedule as much as possible. Just look for video updates in those top pinned comments on the videos that I post and on my Twitter and my Facebook accounts. Congratulations, Jonathan Hedlund. You're the giveaway winner from my last big video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. You can click here to rewatch that Jon Snow Season 8 promo, and you can click here for all the other Game of Thrones Season 8 promos that I posted. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome and happy holidays.